Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. It's Diesel Mac, and today is Sunday, which means it's time to set something free. If not a few things, we'll see how we get into the day. Hope everybody's enjoying their Labor Day weekend and they're not working too hard. So I got this DMC Delorean here in front of us. One of my favorite castings, my favorite cars. Big Back to the Future fan. Kind of a cool little trivia piece. The original script written for Back to the Future did not have a car at all, not even the DeLorean, but it was more of, I think, like a refrigerator. And so Marty had to lug this, contraption around, and then I guess there's supposed to be some type of, nuclear explosion that was going to set him, get him back to, from 1955 and whatnot. But it was going to be in some type of, like I said, refrigerator instead of, doing it in a very cool car. So that would have been pretty crazy. In fact, Fox, man, I'm blanking on his first name, but Michael J. Fox wasn't even scripted into the movie either, which was kind of crazy. So there's actually somebody else, and they did footage with that other guy until they realized that he was not going to be a good fit for the movie, and then changed him out with Michael J. Fox. So you almost didn't have Michael J. Fox, and you almost didn't have the DeLorean in the movie, which is pretty crazy because super iconic movie. The other thing is Doc wasn't going to be in it. Also, he actually threw the script away, and his wife is the one that pulled it out of the trash and read it and said, "You have to do this." And when he once he read it, he was like, he agreed it was a good movie to do. So almost all the main iconic stuff that you get in that movie was not necessarily meant to be in the beginning, but came out and everything worked out really well. In fact, Marty's girlfriend, she was replaced. There was another more known actress, I can't think of her name, that was in there in the beginning also, but she was much taller than Michael J. Fox, and so they, when they brought her or him in, they had to change who his girlfriend was so that she would be shorter, so it wouldn't look like, have that disparity or discrepancy. I guess I won't say discrepancy. Just have that, difference of her height than his on the camera. So lots of crazy stuff. Hope you enjoyed all that little tidbits. When I watched the little video recently, that's how I know. It's not like I happen to know all the stuff about the Back to the Future movie. I just happened to catch something real quick that caught my eye. But here is one of the latest. I got this from Kearney. He sent this over as a random act of kindness in the last box that he sent. And I really appreciate you again, because this is one of my favorite cars. So let's go ahead and open this up, since that's what we're here to do instead of talk about Back to the Future. So here it is. Kind of a turquoise, metallic turquoise. It looks more greener than it does in the camera in hand. It's got some white wall 5 spokes with the rim also having some white, kind of a cool, almost a throwback to the Back to the Future 2 or 3 when they did it with the train wheels. He had the red in there with the white walls. It was kind of cool. We got here for a Tampo. We got T on there. Maybe that's a throwback to Turismo, right? That'd be kind of cool. But it is a little bit different than the Turismo. There's obviously some, they redid the casting when they updated it for this stuff. So it's different, definitely different than the Turismo. The funny thing about the Turismo earlier casting is they didn't agree on the rights to use the DeLorean. I guess there was, some type of monetary thing going back and forth, and it never came up. But since they've already created the casting, I guess they made a couple more subtle changes to make it different, and then they called it the Turismo instead of the DeLorean back then, which is pretty crazy. Also, another potential, not getting this car at all back in the early 80s and stuff. So, but sweet little car. I appreciate it, Kearney. We're gonna have to meet up sometime, since you're not too far away. Maybe we'll do like a weekend trip or something, and meet in the middle or something and exchange some cool cars. But there is the newest edition, the Sunday Set 'em Free DeLorean, DMC Delorean. And maybe I'll do a quick video of putting this up in the case with all the other DeLoreans that I have so far. So, but thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't, and we're working our way to 1,000 subscribers, and we'll do another giveaway. So, but thanks for watching.